Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have an important video that I think not that I think that I had to, but I wanted to do, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on the meta on this meta, as people are all, of course, blaming and complaining heroes and about heroes, of course, and there are a lot of people that are making videos and talking about this that is literally, unsustainable and stuff. I want to give you my thoughts, and as you may have seen from the title, there are also some leaks. But if you're not interested about me talking about these meta and heroes and generically and dealing stuff, you can just skip to the end, where there are to the second part of the video when you're gonna see the leaks of the new cards. Otherwise, I'll be happy to share my thoughts with you. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with Duel Links meta and the tier list, and I want to say a couple of words about this, as now I had the chance to play a little bit more with the deck, with the skill, because let's be honest, it's about the skill and not the deck, about heroes, and honestly, I think it's fine to complain, it's fine to hate heroes, the skills and stuff, but I think that people are overestimating it. I know, it's a hard statement, it's a tough statement, and let me start saying with this thing though, I do think the skill is a lot, but not especially and only Dragonic Contact. I think skills are going genetically in Duel Links to a point where they just rule. Like, skills now are the first thing you choose when you want to build a deck, and then you go for the cards. Usually, it has always been, the contrary. Like, you first choose your cards, and then you choose a skill that can support your cards, and I think that was the best way to play the game. It was a way to play still Yu-Gi-Oh, but in a different aspect, in a different way, compared to the TCG and Master Duel, right? But now skills have gone too far. They just do most of the job for you, and yeah, they're prevalent. They just are super important, and they make the meta decks, except some very rare cases. And even if there are some cards that are really strong, they are still supported by a strong skill, even if it's not a cancerous one. Okay? Now, with that to be said, Dragonic Contact has been, hated a lot on, because as the most cancerous skill, I have actually put that word in the title as well, but after playing with that a little bit more, I can say you guys that, honestly, it didn't even change the meta. Like, I'm here on the tier list, and look at this. Did we even ever change in this? Apart from the heroes being on the top, okay, as tier 1, did this even change? Like, what happened here? We have the same deck, except for Dragon Maid that was added, but nothing changed. What does that mean? Because I'm gonna give you, a way to read this, and simply heroes did not force the meta to shift, to do something else, to adjust to them. Because the truth is, heroes are perfectly stoppable. Like, okay, Super Poly is a broken card, there's a reason it's a limited one, there's a reason it has been banned in TCG, I guess, right? Help me, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, it has always been limited or semi-limited and stuff like that, because it's a broken card, simply because you can't respond to it, right? And that's what makes that broken, right? But now, the thing is, apart from Super Poly, and we have other skill that grab Super Poly, so clearly Super Poly is not the problem. Now, I know you can say the problem is Super Poly with the other stuff, but the thing is, I'm gonna try to make a game with you, and I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you guys to try to work with your imagination and try, especially you guys that play with heroes, what would have happened if just one of these things that we have been given with the skill would have not been given. So if you just take out one of the things, and the things that we are talking about are either the play of a boss monster on the field, or the super poly given, or the free poly from outside the deck. What happens? If you take out just one of this thing, what happens? The deck falls apart. Like, I've tried to think about it, and it literally needs all of this to stand a chance. And again, it is not unstoppable. It's not some, you know, insane combos. It's not an unstoppable combo that you can do over and over again that freezes the duel and you can't do nothing about it. Sure, there's a board swipe, but let's think about something. The board swipe that you have, we're talking about Armored Dragon level 10, of course. Like, isn't unstoppable with anything, literally anything. A negation, something, or a spell trap card, an end trap, anything. Literally, Armored Dragon level 10 has no protection, except the Armored Dragon Thunder that it can be destroyed by battle, but please. And what else do we have there? We have the Super Poly, and we know that's a broken thing, but look also at another thing. What comes out of Super Poly? Because that is almost never sad, but unless you're playing birds, what comes out of Super Poly is literally a useless yellow beater that is not even that big of a monster. And instead, what comes out of the polymerization itself, excluding the boss monster that it is, what can be, either Armored Neos or Rainbow Neos, what comes from the polymerization? Yep, he can come a draw, he could come a draw, a double draw, because of Crosskeeper and because of Liquid Soldier, that anyway is not guaranteed, as you need to draw the Liquid Soldier or the Crosskeeper. Now, Liquid Soldier is searchable with triple emergency call, it becomes very consistent, but, and even with Stratos, of course, but, okay, but, and yet, with the draws, you have to draw the correct staple, that usually are 6 out of 30, and so it's not like you grab a direct counteractive with your draws, right? But apart from that, if you actually get rid of any of this thing, the deck falls apart. Now, it is tier 1, but in my opinion, not because it is the best without, you know, above everything else and you have no chance against it, but just because there are more people that love Heroes compared to other decks. And now that Heroes is actually kinda good and was kinda cheap, in what sense? In the sense that you can just buy a structure that gives you all of the stuff that has been in a lot of boxes up until a week ago. Now it's just super easy to get because you got 3 structures and you almost have everything you want, everything you need to play this deck. That's just it. That's why it's so popular, right? But again, you literally saw me beating with Neo's patient stuff mirror matches in mirror matches with the same hero player that were using the broken hero deck. Why do I say that? To tell you that if you actually play with a thoughtful deck, like a Shadow one, but even Littlest guys, like, I don't want to say heroes stand no chance, because I will be lying to you, but now they have a chance to compete, like, when before, that was not a thing. They didn't have a chance. Now I think they just have a chance, and they are, I think, on the same level of Redaplan. I mean, with some things, like, keep in mind, let's take, for example, where was the meta before Heroes, before the new stuff, the new skills that we got with Heroes? The meta was to the point where if you got 2 interruptions and nothing else, you would have been dead. Why? Because people could easily go through 2 interruptions. And And if among these two interruptions, one of those was not a spell negation, I remember, actually you can check yourself among yourselves among my under my videos when I actually showed you guys some deck lists that could provide a couple of interruptions, but none of those two interruptions was a spell negation. All of the people commenting, this deck sucks because he has no response to Book of Eclipse. Now, so two interruptions were not enough. To be acceptable as a meta deck, you had to have two things. One of these two things. You either provide a couple of interruptions with more back rows, or for back rows I mean more interruptions like hand traps, or actually back rows. Or you need to be Littlesk / Shiranui. Why do I say that? Because Littlesk and Shiranui are the only decks that have access to searchable freeze turns. So cards that can freeze the turn, and no matter what you do, you can't win that turn. So they have another turn, another draw, another way to activate all of their effects. And these are, of course, Littlesk with Nightingale and Shiranui with the Chop card. Okay, those have been the best. And Predaplan instead had the chance to have a couple of interruptions, because now I remembered you guys that the standard for Predaplan was either 2 Dragostapelia, that means double effect negation, or 1 Dragostapelia and a Nightingale / Ensemble Robin. This going first, guys, right? Plus a back row, plus Saracenian in the hand. So that means that when you attack, they have a protection from the direct attack, and that protection also destroys your monster if you attack into it. Okay, so that was the standard, right? Now, again, Super Poly is true, can get rid of one of the interruption, and of course I'm talking about a monster interruption, and 99% of the times providing either a Skuridao, that is useless, or the Lightning, that, guess what, it's useless. And you discard a card, of course, but that is not a problem because you get a poly for free. But let's suppose you have enough stuff to go through all of that, right? So you need to have the monster on the field that can be easily negated, right? If we just talk about the standard combo, I'm not gonna talk about Littlesk, because Littlesk can just Nightingale it out and nothing happens, and they survive the turn, and they can do all over again with a chance. And if you do not have both Liquid Soldier and Crosskeeper, what happens is that you do not draw 4. In the best case scenario, in the standard case, you draw 2 cards, and you have to hope it is a good interruption, a good back row to stop Littlesk, otherwise you can't clearly do it. And what happens there is that with Predaplan, let's suppose you face a couple of Dragostapelia with 1 back row, or in the Saracenian end, is the least... The worst case scenario you can have with Predaplan, right? If you break, you get a couple of Dragostapelia. And let's suppose you start with your board wiper, that is your Amajo level 10. And of course they can stop it, right? Just with the effect of Dragostapelia putting a counter on it. And that's done. Then you have the Super Poly to get rid of one of the Dragostapelia. So if you're smart enough, you wait for them to use the Dragostapelia, and then you get rid of the other one. But they're still left with the trap card and a card in the card in hand that could be a stop. But then what happens is that unless you draw the counter, and the counter is literally, unless you draw the Liquid Soldier you have and stuff like that, you need to draw a Neos Fusion to go into a Rainbow Neos that could be stopped from anything else. If they have just 2 back rows, you're already like in danger. And the other thing you have is that instead, if you go through the whole process and you have the Liquid Soldier, you have Sunrise plus another fusion that usually is another Sunrise. So you have to go through the battle phase to get kind of a useful effect that is the pop of Sunrise. Okay? And that's nothing else. That's it. Unless you draw Neos Fusion that you have to hard draw. Otherwise, I mean, unless you're playing Keeper in my version, but still you have to give up your normal summon. So that means even less chance to get your Liquid Soldier in starting end. You really do nothing. And after all of this, when you go second, if somehow you don't manage to finish it, you can't close the duel. you're left with nothing. Except what? The protection on your fusion in the graveyard, hoping that you actually drew it. So, honestly, like, if you're playing the meta stuff, you can't really complain about heroes. That's what I think. For the other part, Shuttle can play brilliantly against heroes. They can cut out these special summons. They can special summon during your turn with this Schism that is searchable with a very easy combo. They can rely on set monsters that can do the thing, and heroes can't do nothing against set monsters. Then what we have next? Again, I'm skipping Littlesk because you know how easy it is. Sky Striker. They literally are almost unaffected by Super Poly because of the Shizuku. And they rely on spell cards and stuff. And Star Seraph. Maybe Star Seraph have been a little bit, maybe they have a bad matchup against heroes, but again, it's not like heroes win 100% of the time, 100% of the time against Star Seraph. The only bad thing I will say is probably the only one that has a really bad matchup probably is Dragon Maid, because Dragon Maid, of course, lose the only Omni negation through against Super Poly, and they can't really do nothing about it. And that's the only people maybe that could really complain. But for the rest, honestly, it's just, I don't know, guys. Again, no, I know how these comments are going to. I know how the thing, of course, is going. You see me as the hero player, so I'm protecting my cards and my skills because I wanted to be played that. Even though I've said you tons of times that if there's one thing that I want and heroes to be meta, because then everyone is going to play it, and I hate mirror matches, and honestly, I want to be the one that plays heroes and not want to face heroes continuously, honestly. So I told you that thousands of times, but still people will come to me and say you're protecting heroes because you play them. But still, that's okay, I know how it goes. But for all the people that really wants to understand how the game works and how really the thing is, I think people are just, honestly, taking advantage of this for all the people that are casual gamers and wanna jump on on the train of heroes are broken and the skill is too much broken and we never had something like this and yada yada yada. Honestly, I don't agree. Like, nothing. I don't agree. And again, if you make like what's the thing? Tachyon meta. Guys, again, Tachyon was something insane. I think even agents were worse than this. Like, do you remember what agents were able to do? I don't think you do remember. I don't think you'd even remember Tachyon, because people are forgetting that Tachyon was not just about the counter trap, was about having a free monster on the field, was about searching a level 8 monster, was about having a level 8 monster on the field that is not like giving you a poly to summon a sunrise that in the best case scenario gives you another sunrise, or if you're lucky enough to draw Liquid Soldier you get a double draw. It was a level 8 monster that, with all the summons that you could do, would actually lead to a rank 8 that does something. A rank 8 that has a very nice effect. Rank 8 that could pop cards, that could float. I'm talking about the rank up Xyz rank 9. So, honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't understand, and after a couple of days, I wanted to, before making this video, I wanted to make sure about, that I played the deck enough to give you my opinion. And I think that if you decide to play heroes, it becomes just so easy to cog. Most of the duels that I had off screen, people just surrendering because they didn't want to face heroes, and the other ones are people that do not know when to stop and how to play against it. Again, and while against the best deck, I had troubles, honestly, and I think I couldn't do nothing against Littlesk. Usually, as it still is, because heroes against Littlesk literally can't do nothing. If they go both Ensemble Robin and Nightingale, you can't really do nothing about it, because you get rid of one with Super Poly, and it's still not effective as Trishula, because Trishula banishes them, while Super Poly is sent to grave, so they can get it back with the Canary. So it's not the same, honestly. And yeah, guys, I wanted to tell you my point of view. Again, it's my point of view. It's what I think. I'm not saying that this is true and you have to listen to me because I'm anyone, because guess what? I'm a nobody. This is just my opinion, and that just wanted to give you a different point of view from the super popular ones that you have on YouTube, on Reddit, and on the stuff. Again, I think this is not close to Tachyon, like at all, like literally at all, and not even close to Agents, in my opinion. This is a very broken skill, but not honestly that broken compared to the other one that are in the meta, like with the one with the Predaplon. Honestly, I don't think it's that kind of separated. Again, I saw people complaining about Rainbow Neos being playable. Like, dude, that Rainbow Neos does nothing. It's a 4K beater on the field. Literally does zero. Since up when we complain about yellow beater with 4K, we got literally Sacred Beast that can give you 4K beasts on the field that actually do something. That stuff actually does something. Rainbow Neos is literally a yellow beater, does nothing. And the other guys are just something you can stop with anything. Again, and just to finish these thoughts, if we just go into the Meta Weekly, what do we have here is, of course, heroes are on the top. It's 2 heroes and 2 Littlesk. Heroes didn't even reach the top 2, actually. They were just here with 3 and 4, and yep, they are playing this. Some of those, actually, one is not even playing the board wiper. Again, I'm not saying this is not even playing Harmonios. Like, they're not playing Harmonios like at all, because they're just relying on Rainbow Neos. But again, Rainbow Neos is something so easily stoppable, because it's not a quick effect. It's not a effect that activates on summon. It's nothing. It's just an effect that you can activate, but from the time you actually manage to activate that, it's already useless. Because let's be serious, if you manage to activate the effect of Rainbow Neos, it's either because the board is useless and it's just to finish him, or it's because the back rows are useless. Because if the back rows were useful, you could activate that before the effect of Rainbow Neos. And same with monsters. If the monsters could do actually something, they would have used their effect to stop the Rainbow Neos. So honestly, guys, again, I'm gonna get a lot of hate with this, and honestly, it's fine. But I wanna give you my view on this. I want to remind you guys, I was the first one telling you that Eternal Bond was cancer back in the day when Eternal Bond was released, because I was the first one telling you guys that the damage effects of Jubel Terror Incarnate, Neos Wiseman, and Neos Wiseman was to be adjusted to the health, and we don't know why he never happened. It never happened in the end. We don't know why. And I don't think it's fair. I think it's unfair, actually. I said that since the beginning. But now I'm telling you again, as I told you back in the day, Eternal Bond was cancerous because of the non-cut enough effect damage. Now I'm telling you now, it is gonna be super popular because it's super easy to build. You can throw in the staples you want, but the best players know you can't just play any staples. You need to play the right staples and hand drops. But it's gonna be popular because anyone can play it. It's super easy to get your hands on that. Literally super easy. And it's because it's easy to play. You just throw your stuff on the field with the yellow button. That's what people are complaining about. And that's it. Now, am I happy with heroes getting this skill? No. But it's not only those. I mean, it's not just a thing for heroes. I'm not happy for the skills that are going too far Honestly, it's not just heroes here, it's just skills in general, and I don't think this skill is so much broken compared to the one we had in the past, and we still have. I honestly don't think so. Now again, it's what I think. It's not the undoubtable, true, of course. And yeah, I can say I'm happy. I'm happy to hear what you think, even though I kinda know what you think. But so please, before just telling me heroes are broken, you love heroes, that's why you don't sell that, and blah blah blah. Please just be thoughtful and again try to, you know, to figure out what happens in the duels, and then you'll see. Honestly, again, that's it, guys. That's it for my thoughts. I wanted to give you that, guys. Again, heroes in my opinion will never be tier 0 in this state. Never be tier 0 unless someone finds a way to sneak in like a counter trap or something that can be searchable. Honestly, it's not like that. It's not gonna happen, and they're gonna be the most played deck in the KC Cup for sure, because it's super easy to play heroes, but not the optimized build. They're just gonna, you can literally for $8 you can have triple, not for $8, for $3, because you have one free structure, one with 1,000 gems, and for $3 you got the third copy, and you got triple Sunrise and triple Liquid Soldier. That's what you need, literally. Also triple Stratos, of course. So it's gonna be the most popular deck because it's a fan favorite and because it's easy to play. Just to reach cog, but if you want to have good results, it's not easy to play. But on the ladder, the level, you know, it's just super slow, super low. So that's it. And yeah, honestly, I rather prefer facing heroes than Lirlusk still. Yes, again. And guess what? If you don't play this specific back row to face Lirlusk like a droplet, and you draw it at the proper moment, you still have no chance with heroes. Guess what? That's it. That's just how it is. No matter what you this is not my opinion. This is just what happens in the duels. Again, don't wanna talk more about that, but let's just cut it out. Again, guys, let me know what you think, but please be thoughtful. Just not go with you're wrong, heroes are bad. Please motivate your answer. Please give me arguments. Please be thoughtful and not just talk with your stomach or just because you ate something and you want something else to be on top. Okay? Thank you. Now let's go with the second part of the video. That is the one related to the leaks. Leaks and updates. We got the January update, as you can see right here, and we got these cards, this list of cards that Konami messed up with. Again, thanks so much to British Piper and it's Brazed HD random blocks. Thank you so much, guys, for all the insane work and job you do. Thank you guys. So these cards could be coming soon or not, because keep in mind we had something like that with all the Sky Striker support and we didn't see anything of the Striker support, but it's interesting that we got something like that we can actually check. We have the Balin Boxer support that we were kind of expecting because we know there's a rerun of Alito, or kinda. So we have a Chief second. This is super nice already, something that gives you another monster on the field because this gives you an additional normal summon. We have also a defensive, actually a defensive play, as you can see right there. What? This is crazy. When an opponent monster declares an attack while you control a Warrior 5 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate the attack, then banish one monster on the field until the end phase. Wow. I mean, till the end phase, it's not that crazy. But still, then we got another new Xyz. If this card is special summoned, you can take one level 4 or lower fire monster, one Balin Boxer spell trap from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. These can basically search, I guess, also the counter trap, if I'm not wrong. Balin Boxer, there you go. Quick effect, you can detach one from a monster you control, so not only this, and your opponent cannot target Balin Boxer monster you control with cut effects for the rest of this turn. Very nice. So now we have something that it can be compared to... not really Little Lusk, because Little Lusk just have the non-target ability within them, thanks to Cobalt. We have Promoter. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card. Nice, another level 4. You can tribute this card, special summon up to 2 Body Boxer with different names from your deck. So this is a 1-card combo into an Xyz. Very nice. And you can also banish this, increase or decrease the levels by 1. Very, very interesting. For example, to have access to a V mana out of nothing, like you just summon a couple of Body Boxer monsters that I think that are all level 4, but I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments if there are Body Boxers that are not level 4. Because that could be even more interesting. And okay, never mind. You can just summon Body Boxer monster that when you activate this effect. Okay, so it's just for Body Boxer. Makes sense. Body Boxer Hopper Cutter. If this card is normal special, you can add 1 Body Boxer monster, 1 counter trap from your deck to your hand. Interesting. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can activate one of these effects, special summon 1 Body Boxer from your graveyard, or set 1 counter trap from your graveyard to your field. Very interesting, especially because these summons the 2 monsters, and those do not have their effects negated. So you have this, you tribute it, and you got a couple of monsters that can activate their effects. It could be the Uppercutter, and it could be also this guy, and you have an additional normal summon. So there are a lot of things you can do actually. So it's very interesting. Counter Trap Body Boxer Cross Counter. When your opponent activates a monster with effect, destroy 1 Body Boxer or 1 number Xyz monster you control, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy the monster. Then you can apply the following effect: special summon an Xyz monster from your extra deck with a different name from that first monster, and if you do, attach this card to it as material. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Even though you need to control a Body Boxer monster you control. Okay. Dimer Synthesis. Wait, the Body Boxer needs to be Xyz? No. Dimer Synthesis. Add 1 Catalyst field. Oh, this is for Gemini, right? Burnout Chemic Critter monster. Very interesting. This is a normal spell card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 2 face-up monsters you control, including a Gemini monster that is treated as an effect monster. Until the end of this turn, make one of those monsters attack 0, and if you do, the second gains the attack. Nice. Giant Wrestler Capoeiraptor. Can be destroyed by battle in attack position. Semi-face because defense position. If you summon a Giant Wrestler monster, kind of slow, honestly. Eka the Flame Body. Then we have Evocator Evoke. That if gains its effect, if this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 fire monster or Gemini monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Oh, Fire Warrior monster, Immortal Gearfried, I guess, support. More Kaiju, Gathering Light. You can banish 1 monster you control and 1 Synchro monster. Oh, that is Power Tool monster or level 7 or 8 Dragon monster. Then target one card of the field on your opponent's controls, destroy it. Oh, this is super nice. It's a continuous spell. Oh. Oh. Level 7. Level 7 or higher Synchro monster you control gain 400 attack for each of your banished level 7 or higher Synchro monsters. No, that's super good. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you have a banished Synchro monster, you can negate the attack. That's super interesting. That is super interesting. Synchro support. Wow. Gemini's Lord Gold Knight. Another Gemini monster in a spell trap that has a Gemini monster in stacks. Interesting. Engage 500 attack. Goldilocks, the Battle Landscaper. If this card is a normal special summon to a zone that is not the center main monster zone, destroy this card. Okay. It gains 3000 attack while in the center main monster zone. Once per turn, you can choose one of your unused main monster zones, move this card from your main monster zone to that zone, then destroy all other cards in the column of the zone this card was in. The column of the zone this card has moved to, and all the columns in between. The heck? What? Okay, that's why he has to start from the center, otherwise it could be a board wipe. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I mean, this is a very nice effect, but still it's not a quick effect, so it's counterable, right? But it's interesting with Mech Knights, I guess. Spiritualist is here, okay. Kitsunebi. You guys summon this card. All face-up monster on the field becomes fire. Level 3, nothing special. Morphotronic, interesting. Madima Dragon, genetic, level 6. Dragon Synchro Effect, so completely generic. This card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on the fusion monster card, but the other fusion material must be correct. Nice. During your main phase, if you control this Synchro Summon card, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials, including this card. What? So basically, now you can play fusion with this without having the fusion spell. That is lovely, not gonna lie to you. That is lovely. This could be Alistair, so you can summon any invoked fusion as long as you have the other attribute, the other monster with the correct attribute, and this can count as Alistair. And that is freaking lovely. Oh my jeez. Oh my jeez, if this is lovely. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm just sad that you can't use this in a Bounty Eliminate the Future, because of the restrictions. You can't play anything that is not Synchro. Sad, but in Revolution the Flare, this could be something. Wow. More Batting Boxer stuff. Oh, negate the summon, but this is a C79. So I guess you have to play the rank up Xyz spell. Okay. Performable Yugioh Golem. Once per turn, if a monster is fusion summoned to your field, you can add a performable dice or magician pendulum monster from your graveyard or face up in extra to your hand. Interesting, this is also for the fusion stuff. Phoenix Gearblade. Equip only to a warrior monster against 300 attack. Not crazy. At the end of the damage step, if the equipped monster attacked, you can send this card to grave. During this battle phase, each of your warrior's monsters and fire monsters can make a second attack. That is huge. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, to activate the monster effect, you can add this card to your hand. So if you banish this to summon the Immortal Phoenix, you get this to your hand. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Very nice. Even though it depends. If this is given to us by a skill, crazy. Otherwise, it's tough to play in the deck. Bread's Puran, I don't think there's... Revolution Synchron? You can't be serious. You can't be serious. This was a huge card in Master Duel. I remember there was people all over comboing with this. If you synchro summon a power tool monster or a level 7 or 8 dragon monster, this card in your hands can also be used as material. Okay, it's a level 3 tuner. So this means that you have this in your hand, you just have, you know, a level 5 or a level 4 on the field and you go into Synchro Summon. If you control level 7 or higher Synchro monster, while this card is in your graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card, also its level becomes 1. And you can use both the effect, actually the first one once per turn, the second one once per duel. So basically, with one level 4 summon, you have this in hand. You can synchro summon with this. Let's suppose it's a Alistair, right? You summon Alistair, get the invocation, synchro summon with this. This goes to grave. You can bring it back, and you have 7+1, and there's another synchro you can summon. And basically, it's like 1 card Crystal Wing. I mean, this is a 1 card Crystal Wing with any level 4 monster. And you can go into Crystal Wing super easy with this. Because if you summon a level 7 and this becomes a level 1 when it comes back, 1+7 of course is 8, and the level 7 is the synchro monster you need. So this is huge. I love this. I mean, this is actually searchable because it's a synchron tuner monster. You can search it with tuning. Dude, this is a lot. I really hope this is gonna come soon to Duel Links. I could spice up all of the synchro decks. Then we have Ring Announcer. Special summon on Batting Boxer monster from your hands, and you can destroy spell traps on the field up to the number of Xyz monsters you control. Interesting. Salamang Rate of Fire. You can add 1 level 4 or lower Salamang Rate if this card is a normal special. Also, you can special summon monster except fire. At start of damage step, if a Cyber monster you control battles, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Destroy the monster you control. Interesting. If battles, so even if it's if you're attacked. 7th Force. During the battle phase, if a monster destroyed by battle or card effect, target 1 number Xyz monster you're in your graveyard, special summon from your extra deck 1 number C monster. Oh, okay. Number C. And attach the monster to it as material. If you then if you special summon a number, see monster with a number between 101 and 107, its name you can add 17, then bury and spell drop. That could be interesting. Star Mine, generic, fire, 4. You can only special summon Star Mine once per turn. If this card is in its own possession, is destroyed by an opponent's attack or card effect, take 2000 damage. Then inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. Wow. If a monster in this card's adjacent zone is destroyed by your opponent's card or card effect, destroy this card, and if you do, take 2000 damage, then inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. It's a meme card, right? This is just a meme card. Unless you use the card to revert your damage, but I don't think that's the case. Or you can play this in if you have the skill to give you 1500 life points. So you can use this, you know, like to... But only if your opponent has 4k though. Super Magic is Sport of Raptinus. Of start of battle phase, you can change the keep monster's battle position. If you do immediately this effect, resolve you normal summon one monster. Oh, start of battle phase. Okay, I don't know what this is for. And then we have... Oh, this is for Morphotronic probably? No. Then we have Rafflesia again, but this is not new. We have more stuff here. New skills. What the freak? A lot of them. Link Fire Rays, nothing special. Cyber's Recycle, nothing special. Morphotronic, okay. You cannot normal or special summon a monster except Heart Dragon Machine Synchro monsters, Gadget monsters, and Morphotronic monsters. Reveal on Morphotronic cell phone or Morphotronic converter. That is not in the game yet. Wow. In your hand to add one Gadget Gamer. That is not in the game yet. If this card is a normal summon, you can add one level 1 machine monster from your deck to your hand. Very nice. You can tribute this card special summon or Morphotronic monster from your end. Then you can special summon one Gadget Owler from the deck. Then you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Send one card from your hand to the field to the graveyard and play it up to 2 Gadget Gamer or Morphotronic monster from your hand or give it to your field. And you can change the level of the monster. I should be incorrect. Okay. Unknown character. Alito. Add one rank up Magic Barrier Force. Interesting. Set one Bali Monster. Okay. It's super easy. It's super... probably it's the same as Star Seraph at this point. Shift the Dark Being. Wait, what? Wait a minute, guys. Let me actually open this because you can't see it. This card can only be ritual summoned with ritual spell Final Ritual of the Ancients. Once per turn, by discarding one spell card from your hand, take control of one monster your opponent inside of the field until the end of the turn. Okay. But this is a meme. Mechanicizer, Vorse Raider, what the heck? This is a meme. Return one ritual monster from your hand to your deck, then add one Final Ritual of the Ancients. Okay. Not anything crazy. Oh! This is crazy. Wait a minute. High Ritual Hard? What the heck? This card can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster from your deck, so you don't even need to have that in your hand. You must also tribute to normal monsters from your end, whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Shuffle that ritual monster into the deck during your opponent's end phase. Sad. But that is nice though, if we have something that has an interruption. Like, I mean... I was thinking about Dragon Spirit of White that is level 8, but... Equal, yeah. I was thinking about Dragon Spirit of White, but the Boravis... The Beaufort and the Soravis are not 8, they're 7 and 9, so you can't do that. Sad. Gemini, and that is nice. Send one Phoenix Gilbert to your grid from outside your deck. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. So this is gonna be the new skills to play Immortal Phoenix. You cannot remove persona monsters, except level 4 Gemini monsters and level 4 fire monsters. Okay, fire warrior monsters. You want one Gemini Ablation, or one Gemini monster in your hand, and one Phoenix Gear Blade. Then you can add one Gemini monster, one Fire Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Crazy, like you can grab Immortal Phoenix Gear Freed. Dude, stop it. If you control no cards and your opponent controls a card, add one Double Summon and one Gemini Spark. Oh, come on. From outside your deck, come on, you don't even have to play this. Dude, I hope they're mistranslating it. I mean... And you're complaining about heroes? Oh my jeez. Oh my jeez. Pop and draw. Oh my jeez. Necrots. During a turn you have activated Necrots of Red Bear. What? This is new. Never saw that before. You can use some of discovery and Necrots ritual spell without using any limited monsters. You can use each of these effects once per turn. You can discard a card, tribute up to Necrots monsters from your hand or field, and if you do, send a many Necrots card from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. Maybe just send some spell card, some ritual spell to banish themselves if you control no monsters and, you know, get things going. When a monster effect is activated, a quick effect, you can tribute one monster from your end or field, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Wow, this is a very nice interruption. And it's a once per turn, of course. This is finally something for Necrots that you can do during your opponent's turn. Thank you. That is super appreciated. So bonus skill number 1. Nothing special. Number 2. Burning Shell. Salamangreat Fire. I'm not going through specifically through this because I was never a Salamangreat player, so I'm not sure how good this could be. Mystical Space Typhoon. From your deck to your hand. From your hand to your deck, then draw one card. What the... What? Hearth Machine? Oh, this is interesting. Move this yugioh. Oh, to grab Barrage Blast. Wow. Wow, this makes sense. Now they're so... Now they become consistent. Like, Barrage Blast is one of the best things you can have. Multiple destruction. To attack position. Wow. Super interesting. I mean, this is for Rush, and that's it. Wow. There's a lot of stuff incoming. Again, we just had the anniversary, dude. And yeah, things feels like never ending right now. And that's super happy. Wow, more stuff to come. I'm really craving for this. Really. But like really, really, really. Guys, that's it for today. Let me know what you think. If you are excited for any of this. Oh, jeez, this video is huge. Maybe I should have not combined my thoughts on the meta and on heroes with leaks, but I wanted to give you both the stuff as soon as possible. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Also for these leaks, if you're waiting for something in particular. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, actually guys, before greeting you, please be respectful in the comments. Don't just be respectful and kind to each other's, to everyone that is of course expressing their thoughts on the meta. Thank you so much. Again, thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.